I'm Medappa, partner at Mindspace. In this project, we are talking about some aspects which would be important for the occupant. Generally, in a city, people would look for few things in an apartment. Privacy becomes one of the most important aspect, as well as when they come out of their apartment, um, the space to move around freely, to live in a community. Some of these aspects becomes very important. In this project, we have tried to fulfill these needs. So it's a linear site along the north-south axis. We enter from a wide road towards the north side. We have placed these blocks closer towards the western side so that the eastern side becomes gets a lot of open space. So during evenings, you get the shade from the blocks towards the eastern side, and it becomes quite nice for people to move around. So when you enter the campus with a grand entrance gateway, then the entries and exit from the basement would happen very close to the entrance plaza. Once you enter, the pedestrian movement happens towards the right side, and you move along meandering pathways, encountering plazas and greenery, and then come into the entrance lobby. The entrance lobbies are like pavilions with landscape courts around, which would act as interaction spaces where you meet your neighbors, and that kind of activity happens. So the entire space towards the eastern side, the community space, has a lot of activities spread across for different age groups. The toddlers have their own zone. It is actually different zones which would happen, and toddlers and elders have slightly cozy zones, whereas the more energetic kids would have running tracks to cycling to skating areas, and all these are planned. Then there are a lot of these open courts and cricket practicing pitches and all planned along this side. And towards the southern side of this green space, it widens, and we have placed the clubhouse facing this greenery. So the clubhouse is planned in such a way that it has a amphitheater climbing up within the clubhouse, and pavilions which look back to the greenery. So it feels like extension of the green space onto the clubhouse part. There are many facilities within the clubhouse, like closed multi-purpose hall to all different indoor games, and all that are planned within the clubhouse. So in terms of there is the safety aspect, since the vehicles would be taken directly from the entrance plaza to the basement, the rest of the area is vehicle free, which is very comfortable for the kids and the elderly, who when they come out of the house, they would never encounter the vehicles within the premises. In terms of the external facade, we have looked at a futuristic kind of features which would project towards the sky, and on top we have these planar kind of expressions happening. The development has two towers with a gap in the middle, and in this gap we have placed large swimming pool which cascades down as a kids pool and water body. So it becomes an important feature in the center of the development. The blocks are placed in such a way that no one can look into your apartment. So you get utmost privacy. In each of the apartment, privacy is looked at in terms of in the planning, where all the bedrooms would get maximum privacy. The windows are placed in such a way that there is always daylight, inside each of the room, and you get breeze always. The movement within the house is planned in such a way that there is no wastage of space at all. So it becomes a very efficient plan.